Death by PowerPoint. We've heard it so many times, and I get questions all the time about my opinion of whether or not I think that PowerPoint is killing rather than helping people create more interesting and more engaging presentations. Well, it's kind of tricky to answer that because I think that there's kind of two camps at this point. There's people very high up in huge corporations who believe that PowerPoint should be completely eradicated and we shouldn't be using it at all. Then there's a camp that believes that it's actually people who are killing their messages and not PowerPoint that's killing their messages. So it's the misuse of PowerPoint that is actually killing people's engaging presentations. Personally, I can say honestly that I'm not a huge advocate of PowerPoint. Now that's probably due to the fact that I come from a performance background. So I believe that the presenter is actually the most important part of a presentation and that is just support. So you are always the lead singer. That is just backing vocals. And I believe that 100%. Now the fact is that videos, photos, images, they all make your presentation more interesting and more memorable. And the excuse that you get sometimes from people is, well, I don't have time. I don't have time to do that. Well, you have to make time to be creative, because if you don't make time to do that, then you're not going to be memorable in your presentations. So if you're taking the time to do the presentation in the first place, then you have time to give a little bit of extra attention to make it really good and to make it memorable and engaging. There's a scientific theory that actually has a lot of credence, and that's dual coding. Basically what that means is that we remember things better when we're getting it from two different sources. So for instance, if someone is speaking and giving you a visual, either a prop or showing you an image or a picture. So we learn things better and we remember them more when we're getting them from two different sources. So that's verbal and visual. One thing that people are doing with slides, which is a complete turnoff to audiences, is they're using their slides as data dumps. Now that data could be year-end statistics, it could be graphs, or it could be words. And there is nothing that makes an audience tune out faster than boring, overcrowded slides that they can't read, either because it's so overcrowded or because the font size is so small. So don't use your slides as a data dump. Another way that people are using their slides is basically as a report. Now, this is something that's happened recently. PowerPoint is being used in a way that it was never meant to be used. So people are using it as a report. Basically, they're reading off of their slides. I've seen people give presentations where they literally stand there and look at their slides the entire presentation. There's no quicker way to turn off an audience. There's no quicker way to get them to tune out than by doing that. If you're going to do that, just send them the slide deck. Why bother even being there? Because remember, it's you they've come to see, not the PowerPoint. There is no way that you can craft your content and create your story when you're sitting in front of a blank PowerPoint slide. It's impossible. PowerPoint is the last thing that you should open when you are preparing your presentation. So for instance, you need to map out your story. You need to map out your content on paper before you even look at PowerPoint, before you even decide what slides you're going to use. Because when you map out your content first, you will know exactly what you need to support that information. So remember, keep it clean, simple, and memorable, and you'll always be much farther ahead of the pack. So that's it for today. Thanks so much for tuning in. As always, you can click here for more videos, and you can always click here to subscribe to my channel. So that's it. Have a good day, and remember, speak it loud, speak it proud, and speak it public. We'll see you next time.